Good afternoon and welcome to the nursery. So this week we have got a few jobs to do. One of the joys of having a nursery is that there is always plants. No matter how much you look after them, there is always something that doesn't seem to make it through, or something that needs some extra care to get them to thrive. So this week we've got a batch of Hebes that unfortunately got disease at the start of the year when it was warm and wet, which is prime time for diseases like downy mildew and powdery mildew, that type of thing. They love getting into Hebes. So we treated them back at the time, and we had some batches that pulled through, they were fine. And then these ones here, they are still alive and potentially could be cut back to recover, rejuvenate, but they just aren't good plants and they're not saleable stock. So unfortunately sometimes you just have to make the decision to... So we've got these here. As you can see, there is still quite a lot of green foliage on them, but they are pretty leggy. There's just not much there. So we could chop them right back and they probably would come away again, but they're never really going to be a nice plant. So just have to get rid of them, unfortunately. So that's our first task for today. So another reason why it's best to throw these Hebes out is because they also get very root bound. You can see how dense those roots are in there. So Hebes have a reasonably short shelf life in a pot, and as I said before, we could chop these down and they probably would come away again, but they're still not going to last very long because they've got so many roots in there. So just another reason, unfortunately, of best to be thrown. Okay, all done. So one of the best defense systems against disease is a strong, healthy plant. So even if they did regrow, they wouldn't be vigorous, and we're not too far off warm and wet weather again, so they'll just get reinfected and would just be back into the same cycle again. So unfortunately best they go, but we'll just spread those out reasonably thinly along the verge there, and they will just break down and decompose into the soil, and we just carry right on taking baleage off the top of that. So good stuff. So a couple of weeks ago we went out to a farm out in northern Southland, and the farm owners there have created a wetland area a few years ago, so it's still in progress, but it was quite an interesting farm visit, so we'll chuck some footage up here of that, and you can have a look at that for interest and see what can be done on farm. So we're heading out today to a farm out between Mossburn and Lumsden. And Thriving Southland have put this on, and it's a event to have a look at a wetlands project that the farmer there has developed over the past few years. So yeah, looking forward to having a look at that and seeing what we can learn from that and help out other farmers with. So about an hour and a half drive from here, so yeah, head off and see you when we get there. Okay, so here we are. Looks like a pretty nice sort of a property. Driving Southland flag out the front there, so know which way we're going. That is definitely a nice spot. Very nicely landscaped. Alright, we'll head out and see what they've got to show us. So this used to be an area of swampy, unusable farmland, and they converted it by bringing in a digger and creating 3 tiers of ponds in the wetlands here. So yeah, fantastic work. There's still quite a lot of planting to be done. It's only about 30% planted at the moment, so there's still a lot more plants to go in, but already it's made a massive difference for the whole landscape and the biodiversity of the area. So yeah, some inspiration there for farmers and landscapers. Okay, so in the category of plants that need looking after to get them back to being vibrant and full of life again, we have these Polygala petite butterfly here, which I'll show you. So as you can see, the leaves are going quite yellow, which is generally the case in winter, but we do need to get these protected from the wet weather because Polygala don't like wet weather. So and these are also in natural shade, some tall trees to the north side as well. So yeah, next job is just to get these shifted and we'll get them out to a sunny spot, and we'll also get a clear plastic cover over top of them so that to keep the rain off them as well. This time of year they need very little water, so we'll just keep them under there for a few weeks, and when our new crop cover is built we will get them in under that, and then they'll be easy to keep irrigated every week or two as required. Okay, so here we are. Lovely little spot in the sun. So I'll get these parked up here and get a cover on them, and they should be happy as. Okay, there we go, all done. So I just used a bit of leftover clear polythene that we had and just chuck that over the top. It hasn't completely covered them, but that's fine. All they needed to do is just reduce the amount of rainfall getting on them, so that should make them a lot happier. So yeah, that is it for us this week. Hopefully next week we'll be making a start on getting the poles in for the crop cover. Yeah, next week or two. The poles are supposed to be turning up in the next day or two, so should be all good. And then yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting as we get that built, and also the stock garden, display garden, we're also making a start on that tomorrow as well, so we'll keep you updated with progress on that. But yeah, till next time, cheers.